for a baloo. Puri stars around. Idorma pado.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I am back. Hey guys, how you doing? IC, ABC, you all good? So, got a little bit of love for you today. Hello. Been a while, hey? I thought, why not? Time to be fun language effing happy. So, we have some updates for you guys, alright? There's not a huge amount because I haven't been building much. I want to say thank you to every single one of you for watching the POV videos. I know I rushed them out, but it was just basically just to try and keep the channel going and ticking over. I'm not going to be about regularly for the next 3-ish weeks. Hopefully as of the 10th of May. Once I've settled in over that weekend, I'll be back up and running, guys. Must be having an autosave right now, I hope. Yep, sorted itself out. Right, yeah, so guys, thanks for sticking with the channel. It's very much appreciated. Sorry I've been up and down, but I hope me being candid has been appreciated in the fact that the reason why I haven't been about. So my apologies, guys. So I don't want to go on about that anymore. There are things in place, things are going to get better, and I'm going to be a happier person. So you're going to get a lot more Planko content. I am going to be doing a lot more sim racing, so that will be on the channel. You guys need to let me know whether it's best to do it on this channel or whether I start a new channel. Obviously, with the subscribers I have, it would be nice to know. So I won't go on about the past too much now. It's all about the future, about making things right and getting things done. So, update-wise to the park, there's not a huge amount, like I said. But if you want to let me know on sound levels, make sure everything's okay. I'm not breaking your speakers with me voice, etc. Be very much appreciated. What have I done? So over here, I haven't really done anything, literally. That's all the same. All that's the same. So I've been focusing more than anything on a bit of building. Adding realism bits and so forth. So I've continued this bridge now through to the exit of the church. So that's now not done, but it's just adding these layers, as I always said, little levels. I've added a screened net to here. Obviously people walk underneath, so I've just got to figure out how I'm going to do that around there. Where else are we? I have made this loop a little bit bigger, just because it kind of suits it a little bit better, to be honest. It was kind of whipping through there like there was no tomorrow. I've done this walkway now, so that now is not 100% finished, but it looks a lot better than it did. So instead of just having the railings, we've got the brick walls through there, so I'm probably going to take the railings away. Continued this awning a little bit further, and then kind of got to here and thought, what am I going to do? But I'll figure that one out. And mainly I've been focusing on doing bits to the steampunk, and the reason being was there was a Brazilian gentleman that made a quite blunt comment saying, how can you release a steampunk video when there's no steampunk? A few pipes and a few bits of steam doesn't relate to steampunk. Well, what he totally missed is that it's a work in progress. Go figure. But anyway, you know, I haven't continued this to prove him wrong. I've continued it because I actually felt the vibe for it. So I am working my way around this area. But I've kind of done this, and the coaster looks pretty cool coming out of it and going into it. I've done custom supports from this lift, this hill here and around. And then I've just been adding over the last few days just a few bits like the barrier going through. I know it sounds stupid, but that's all I've done today. And I've kind of done this raised section with these two upstand pieces. Hey Tom, how you doing, bud? Surprise, I'm back. So yeah, my apologies for being so distant, but I hope you'll understand. And then I've just put an outer skin to the shop area. People are actually going in there now, which is good. But yeah, no, the steampunk area is still, you know, it is going to be a work in progress. And you all know with steampunk, it's not, there's no method behind it. It's very much just place C, what happens. And I've kind of built these kind of little bits here. They're not a huge amount of detail, but they just add enough to give the coaster some validity now to being steampunk. But I've just been kind of working off some Theme Maker Toolkit pipes here. You can see the big kind of drainage pipes, smaller pipes as well. Use the lamppost as a pipe here. And then you've got these lovely pieces of kind of girder work that are on the Theme Maker Toolkit. So I've kind of just started implementing that into it. And it's just adding quite a nice vibe. I hope you guys all agree. And then I've just been adjusting the terrain to try and make the train suit a little bit better. And I think, in all honesty, this is gonna go. I'm just not vibing with the toboggan at all. That's probably gonna go at some point. Added a few purple lights, fairy lights here, just to kind of continue that Thunderland, signature Thunderland look going through. And it just looks pretty cool at night time. There we go. And it just breaks up that kind of similar look all the way through, and it just adds another level. But I'm loving the look of the front of this church. I did do quite a bit of work to the church the other day. Where was I? So basically I've just been adding little bits to kind of give it a little bit more depth. And I've done a little bit of work around the back here, just kind of closing off this queue line area, setting the scene, should I say, for it. Tweaking the coasters to kind of suit. So yeah, so I think what we'll do, we'll go for a ride on this one first, just to give you guys... What am I doing? Let's just go here. Just to really give you a couple of update POVs, because it's nice when you start to put things in. Because it all starts to come together, basically. If the levels are a little bit high, guys, let me know, because I've had to change everything. But it's getting there now. It's definitely getting there. I still haven't finished off the other area to the park. So we're still very much... I better do some shout-outs. Catalyst, 1Z, thank you very much for joining, guys. Appreciate it. Super, much appreciated. You can see now, just having that bridge finished off, it just adds another level. And I've ironed out that little bit before the block section off that first drop, so it feels a little bit better. And then this loop is a bit bigger. Obviously I've got to move that terrain. But you see, I've got to change the track. I've got to sort that out. It's a bit wobbly. It still feels alright. Tom, I'm doing good, mate. Moving on. Getting on with life. I just felt like the urge to do a stream because I was building earlier. I've been chatting to Darren and kind of building along the way. We'll do a bit of Slimer. That feels quite cool now. Empty tree. You're getting those views now. Look at the big one going around there. Coasters everywhere. Great. Game audio is a bit high. How's that, guys? Is that better? Hey, Darren. Just shout out to Darren as well, guys. He has a live race coming up at 10 PM this evening. I know it's a little bit late in the UK. But he is racing NASCAR at Texas. And last week was a bit of a bad time for him. Unfortunately. A lot of yellow flags. Not the most entertaining, which I think he will agree with. But still good fun to watch. Show him some love, guys. You know, like you have done me over the years. And then we'll go for a ride on this, guys. Just to give you an update, really, to the POVs. So apparently this doesn't look steampunk according to the guy on Reddit. But anyway, back at you. Work in progress. That's what I say. Work in progress, guys. Apologies, I haven't had a shave. Yeah. Is what it is. But no, this week, Darren, you're going to smash it, mate. You were smashing it last week. That was the worst thing about it, wasn't it? It's such a shame, but anyway. Hopefully you guys seen the link in Discord. Show him some support, give him some subs, just so he can get his channel going. It's a very niche kind of thing, I know. NASCAR, not everybody's interested in it. But look at this now. The vibe you're getting from this now. See, I love that. I think that's steampunk. You guys need to let me know. I know it may not be big hot air balloons and, you know, windmills and stuff like that, but that's not how I do steampunk. You know, I'm clean, precise, add the bits that need to be added, etc. So hopefully you guys will see where it's going to go. You know me. You know how I build. So I actually really enjoy this coaster. I think it's come out really well. What I am going to do is move the Giga a bit, because it's a bit too in the area, if you know what I mean. I don't want it to go around the back a bit. But it's just the interactions that you're going to get with all the other coasters as well. Here I am leaning. Ah! Me and Dazza, we were actually talking earlier today about coasters. I'll touch base on that in a minute. Cheers, Icy. It's definitely getting there, but you know, I released those videos. I was a bit rushed with them purely because I was the frame of mind I was in, the moments. But look at that. How cool is that? You can kind of see how it's going to be now. I mean, that to me, I think that's awesome. We'll just watch it again. And to the realism enthusiasts, I'm just going to pause it. About now. I've put coaster nettings covering up the train. Maybe I need a couple more a little bit earlier. But then also just here as well, because the coaster goes underneath it. So you're going to have that throughout the park. So again, just that little bit of added realism without going too far. And I think they've come out really nice. But this view here, I just love the vibe this is giving off. To me, that's pretty steampunk. And obviously I haven't done much more, but it's getting there. And then I've added a couple of bits as you come into the station. But thanks for joining the stream, guys. Much appreciated. Smash that like if you haven't already. Just gets the video seen a little bit more. There we go, coaster. Yeah, that toboggan's got to go. I got to figure out. Nexus, dude, how you doing, my man? I was talking about you the other day. It's a fellow member, Dazza, Darren Stringer. We're potentially going to get into doing some reviews of parks, guys. So I put this little awning over as well. And again, it just ties... I've got to sort it out. I haven't finished it yet. And I've put the kind of... Here I am pointing at the screen. No one's here, Ryan. Just put those kind of like vintage pieces in the corners, just give it that little bit of added detail as well. So as you come in now, it's just got a totally different vibe to what it had. Just feels pretty cool in here now. And one thing I found that was pretty cool on the workshop were these. So you got valves that you can, it's just a little one piece, but basically put in there, and it just gives them a totally different look. Look at that now. Instead of just having two pipes, you've got these little valves on there, which make it look even more realistic, if you know what I mean. And then I've just kind of added bits to it. And I've done this awning here as they come out of the station. And then, as I was saying, I've done the custom supports around the front here. I'm probably not going to do it on the whole coaster, because it's probably going to take about 4,000 pieces just to do that one coaster. But this is what I was saying about the Giga. When you have a look at the Giga here, this is in front of majority of this coaster. So the problem is, which I didn't have in Wonderland Adventure Valley, is that the Giga was always set furthest back, and it only cut through the areas, where this, it literally is in the entire area coming all the way through here. I'm happy with it here because I know that's going to be a hill, so they'll be kind of disguised, those supports. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, with the toboggan, I'm just not feeling the toboggan, and no matter what I tweak it, no matter how I do it, I keep riding it, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. I enjoyed the challenge, but I think moving forwards, I'm going to have to figure something out for that. But yeah, and I know I said in the last stream, I'm not going to do much building. I'm going to get the rest of the park in first. But to be honest with you, I just want to build. I'm a bit frustrated with how this isn't coming organically to me like it did with Wonderland Adventure Valley. And the same with that. You know, this area here with the runaway mine train, this whole area here I absolutely love. I've kind of grown to love this now after seeing the POV. I think the POV where they duel is just awesome. Yes, you get more of a view from the Woody than you do the RMC. But it works, and I can see where that one's going. The adventure coaster I'm absolutely 100% happy with, and I can't wait to start theming all this area. This area is just going to be insane. Have ironed out this kind of block section just here, so you can see it goes into there a bit smoother. But I'm not 100% happy with this last section. It just seems to lose too much speed, as you can see. But so what you're saying, I see another way to do is add a locker and X-ray system to the queue to ban those articles. Yeah, I don't want to go to that extent. Like here, I've done it on Slimer. So you've got the protection nets here. I don't know why I did it, because this is probably going to be undercover anyway, so you haven't really got to worry about it. But it just adds another little element of realism without having to go to the extent of transfer tracks for the maintenance sheds, etc. So, you know, add those little bits that give it enough to make it believable, to look realistic, if you know what I mean. Kind of like what we did with the car park. It's just enough. I could have gone a lot further. I did add something in the other day, just some little, I can't remember what they're called now, speed bumps. There you go. Lost my mind. But I added those in, and then I thought, do you know what? I'll do that throughout here. But then I thought, hold on a minute. They're that small, so it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You're looking at over 100, 200 pieces just in those. So I thought, I can use those pieces elsewhere, you know. So I'm trying to make it as realistic on face value than anything. But it's getting there. Haven't done anything to this yet, because the next step with this is literally just refining the coaster a little bit more, because I keep watching back the POV that I put up, and it's a little bit janky. I need to turn my phone off, guys. Bear with me. There we go. Done. And I've got to do a load of work behind back here. So that you know, is a 10,000 piece project there. I've done enough to it to make it feel cohesive at the moment, with the shop area and this facade going around the edge of the observation tower. Whether or not I'll keep the blueprints, I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, guys. I actually had a wonderful night's sleep last night. I don't know why I'm so tired. But again, this now is 9. I'd probably say 70% there. And then basically we just got to fill the area. So that now is done. We've got to finish off the horror heights and around the back. So there's, you know, there's still quite a bit to do. I still haven't done anything to the interiors. I've got to do those. But I'm just holding off until I finally figure out where I am with everything. But I just kind of wanted to get this building done here. Dan, my man, how are you, my friend? Been a while. Hope you're well, dude. I really do. Genuinely hope you're well. My apologies. Anyway, moving on. Where are we? This makes me want to build another steampunk, but I'm still in over my head on Old English with Old English Atlantis and fantasy. That's a unique theme, my friend. A very unique theme. You need, yeah. Is that the screenshots that you posted, dude? Where am I? Can't bring them on the screen at the minute, but that's a very unique theme. So I just hope this vibe is coming through now. You know, that one comment just gave me the kick up the backside to kind of go, do you know what? Some people, you just need to take a step back and think before you make a comment, because ultimately that was just a base layer. And it's going to grow and it's going to go well. And obviously all around the back here is going to be kind of spooky graveyard around the back of the church, etc., with other buildings. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, as we already have the church in here with the train station. But I love how when you're down here, you can see the train go through with the windows when it leaves the station. And it's just so cool. And it's those little elements that just bring so much life to the park, because you could just have the normal windows in there and it saves a ton of pieces, but the problem is you don't get the effect of anything moving. So, you know, just try and highlight those bits, guys. Hey, Wild, how you doing, my man? Thanks for joining the stream, guys. Let me move the camera down a tad there. It just looks as though I'm looking down all the time. But yeah, no, it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. I'm loving how this is coming together. It's far too many pieces, but a steampunk. And if you remember me shop where I had 4% of Thunderland on just the roof. There we go. So I'm not going to go to the extent with a similar kind of thing here, but the reason why I wanted to do the stream was just to kind of get your feedback on this, really, because there's no cohesive feel. I am just adding and adding and adding. So it's just kind of building up levels with like the drums. I know it sounds silly, but I've put a little like wheelbarrow with the drum. You'll never see it, but it's there. A lot of theme maker toolkit, but it's working. Yeah, I will be, well, just to give you guys an update. I am off tomorrow, so subject to how I'm feeling. I may do a stream tomorrow. And then next week, I am off from the Monday to the Sunday. But on Tuesday, I've got to have these 2 lower back teeth removed and have 2 root canals. So, I don't know how much pain I'm going to be in next week. That's the reason why I took the whole week off. Because when I last had one done, it was a killer. And that was just 1. But this is 2 at the same time. So, and believe it or not, that's being done on my birthday as well. So, great birthday this year. Anyway, got to get it done. Otherwise, I'll have no teeth left by the time whenever. So, yeah. What's your home park then, Wild Maniac? Opening. My home park is opening. Right, let's get building. So, what I was doing, guys, was I was working off the sugar Emporium. Universal Studios. I was just working off some pictures of that, just gaining some inspiration. That's the reason why we got these 2 kind of front sections just here. Just trying to add something to this top section. What I don't want to do is build a glass roof or dome where it's another 4,000 pieces, because these are enough as they are. Excuse me. On their own. I do not know why I'm so tired. But just today, just adding this kind of little shelf here with the concrete and adding in these kind of barriers into the wall and that lower section, along with this facade here, has just lifted the area. I mean, when you have a look at night time, just with these lamps, look at that effect, guys. I've just stuck a light in there just to give it something, but you can kind of see the vibe, and to me, I like that. I like that a lot. So, yeah, hopefully you guys are. Always going on. But again, with steampunk, one massive rule I always say, it's just purely layers. Put base layer in of what you want in respect to, I've gone with the brickwork here. And then you just add girders, add bits of just random materials, and it all just starts to come together, like it has done here. But yeah. Why can't I read? Sorry, my messages have gone a little bit awry. Glass canopy beams. I use hydro beams off the workshop. So if I just put in beams, they're a lifesaver. They really are. Beam. I use two types. I think these are hydro, and I don't know if this will come up on the stream. No, it won't because it's an overlay. Let me post it in the messages and then copy, paste. So they're the hydro beams, and then for some reason I use another one, which I'll copy and paste. Or are these hydros? No, this one's made by Corkscrew Loop, whoever that is. But there they both are. I don't know. No, I know why. Was it? I'm trying to remember. 0.2 length. Yeah, it was the width of the beams. These ones you have slightly offset widths. So, for instance, you've got a 3x7. So you can see that it's more of a rectangular design than a cube, where all hydros are cube. So again, depending on what kind of finish you want. Supernovi, how are you doing, my man? Thanks for joining the stream, guys. Very much appreciated. And yeah, it's been, how many? It's been 14 months since I was last on camera. So that's how much I age in a year. But no. They work really well. I use them on pretty much absolutely everything. And the reason why I use them on everything is because they do not corrupt the way the game runs. So for instance, all these beams here, all these 48 pieces, they're all the beam. But look what it does. It just gives you an effect that you can't do with the normal game pieces. The only piece that you could use for that would be the haunted wood pillar. But then you would have that grained effect in it if you did it white. As the reason why I use them. Majority of this street, every single building has a beam of some sort in there. You know, and the other thing that it enables you to do is actually build windows with thinner beams, which actually look like the window frames, instead of having big wooden pillars. So again, works perfectly. I think what else. I use them on everything, literally pretty much on everything. Did I use them in here? I can't remember. But literally every part of my build, parks, everything I've built has those beams in it. And the reason being is they don't put any extra stress on the computer. Stuff like this theme maker toolkit, this angel stained glass window, it's quite a big file. So again, it uses quite a bit of stuff. So the advantage to those beams, you could put don't know, 60,000 of those beams in, all differently, all over the park, and it's no different to putting 60,000 pieces of wood that the game has in it, if you know what I mean. That's why I use them. But yeah, they're ideal for something like this, basically. As you can see here, I've just kind of built this little rig just here. This is all the beams here. But for the glazing aspect of it, they're perfect. You know, maybe they're a bit thick, but again, your choice, your view, your design, you figure out how you want to do it, basically. So, I was literally on the roof here. Where were we? So I've put this kind of corrugated effecting just because we've got a little bit down here. Whether or not I'll keep that, I don't know. But it seems to kind of fit. No worries, Sue. Much pleasure for you joining, mate. It's very, very much appreciated. So what I also use as well is concrete from the Theme Maker Toolkit as well, because basically it's got a good effect to it. So I'm going to sink this in. Take that up to there. What's the name of this part, Dan? It is... where is it? There you go. I should call it Last Adventure. Fundland Great Adventure. So again, no rhyme, no reason, just another name. But it's everything that I've learned, everything that I've achieved, everything that everybody has loved from all of my builds in one park. Basically, that's kind of what this is. So just to kind of give you a little bit of an outlay, you've got Magic Kingdom-esque kind of feel and vibe to it. So you've got this full cohesive entrance into Main Street, which is just kind of a city drop. And the reason for that is when you have a look at it from here, you've got the city in the background. So it just works pretty well. And then I'm doing a few firsts. So we got China environment, Japanese environment, whatever you want, Asia environment. I think that's the way I'm going to put it. I think that's the easiest way. You got your traditional pirate, but as somebody wanted a volcano-esque area, that's kind of where I've gone with. Where it's going to go, what it's going to look like at the end, who knows. I know I've got to change it up because it's a very small area to view. So I'm going to have to move all this queue line around, chop and change the station. Then you're going to have a full adventure area. This bit, I'm not too sure at the moment. That's the reason why it's blank. We are going to have a flat ride in here. What I'm going to try and do, which would be helpful, whoever knows how to do Theme Maker Toolkit. What I want to do is do one of the rooms as the last room is kind of like a dedication to all of my parks that I've built. So I don't want to do it with images. I want to do it with Theme Maker Toolkit. Just create some big posters and have them light up as you go through a black room. Just kind of, and then just have them labeled with the name, just to remind people of what has been before and what has been done before to be able to create this. So then you're going to have a wilderness / western / alpine feel to it. I was going to go with a snow alpine look here, but in my heart, that doesn't work compared to the rest of the park. I wanted to do it as a first, the toboggan, but just to give you a POV, because I'm you know, you guys need to let me know, because I genuinely don't. I'm not feeling a vibe from this at all. And when I don't feel a vibe from a coaster, you then struggle to see where the end result is. If you know what I mean. But let me know your thoughts. I'm not 100% happy with it at all. I don't think I'm even at about 20% happy, if I'm honest. I'll go from there. See what I mean? It's just not... Sign of JP, how you doing, man? Sorry, I totally missed. Live stream while you're feeling loopy from painkillers may be quite good fun. Most definitely, mate. It just doesn't... I just don't... It's just not vibing with me. You know what I mean? And even this, to a degree... Oh, wait. The reason why this at the minute is because there's nothing been done to it. So when the end result kicks in or something starts to happen with it, it will totally transform how this is going to look and feel. Bit different to most mine trains I've done them before, but you know, it just feels cool. But the good thing about that is it kind of interacts with the log flume. And the log flume, we'll go on number 9. You get some great views from all around the park. And it's a more chilled vibe, but the cool thing is you can kind of see with these trees, a few rocks and some timber, how the vibe is going to be. But look at the view to the Horror Heights and just seeing the train go round, the boat through the water. There you go, there's the drop coaster going down. Hello, there we go. Bang on. You got so much to look at. I guess what I'm saying about the log flume is it's not kind of like squirreled away in the corner or up on a hill. Kind of bang in the centre, so you're going to get a view of everything as you go round. Like with the steampunk there. Top spin. Plus, I've never... have I had one of these? Yeah, I have had one of these in Funderland Amusement Park, which was my first Funderland park. But it was just a kind of a late addition to the park. It wasn't really themed into it. Plus, with the rig I had at the time, I couldn't theme it how that I theme things now. I'm a bit worried about that monstrosity. I don't know what I'm going to do support-wise to make that cohesive, but we'll see. How cool that you got the Asia area, Ryan. Asia. You got splashes going off everywhere from the coast, from the log flume. And this is a cool viewpoint here. Look at that. Look at that. There goes the train to the left. Oh, I just missed it. There it goes, another train. log flume. There's just so much going on, and that's my sole principle behind building a park in the Thunderland style. Apart from Magic Kingdom, Magic Kingdom obviously was very different, and you know I did try and make that my last park. But here we are, building another one. And again, you got that view again. And you're going to have some great views around there once that starts to get built up. Imagine if the train was coming out there. That'd be awesome. And it is a long log flume. I'm going to be honest. It's an extremely long log flume. But I enjoy it. Can't remember who built one. Was it Icy? Was it yourself, sir? To the reason why I built this. And the log and the toboggan. I can't quite remember. I think it was. I think it was, if I remember correctly. It was when we had a look around your park, I think, mate, wasn't it? That needs to change. 100% needs to change. Whose park was it we had a look round in? I thought it was yours, Icy. The major detailed one. Did it, or was it Neil? Neil's park. It might have been Neil's park. I can't remember now. It was quite a few streams ago. It's getting there though. It's definitely getting there. Okay, it must have been... What was it? Tom's? I know we did it, I can't remember that, and that's what led me to put in a log flume and toboggan. I can't remember whose park it was. No, sorry, I know we did have a look at your part, didn't we? Because we had a little go on that forward, backwards one, and because I don't have the mod on my computer, it wouldn't work. I remember that. I remember it being architecturally beautiful. I'll shut up until you tell me yes or no then, mate. I can't remember whose park it was. It was that evening we had a look at yours and we had a look at someone else's. There you go, there's a train. Just constant interactions going on. There's the train going through. Got the stage boat, which again has a restaurant in there. And then you got the Giga, and the train, and the drop tower. It's starting to get that vibe. I think it was Neil's park. I'm pretty sure 100% it was Neil's park. It was either yourself, Icy, or Neil. I can't quite remember. I think it was Neil. But he did a wicked toboggan ride in there, and that kind of what led me on to have a little go with it. And the same with this. Why am I so tired? But we're getting there. This is obviously that more subdued kind of feel, a little bit more relaxed kind of thing. But it's getting there, guys. So here we are, 45 minutes into a stream, and I haven't placed placed two pieces. But then you go back up the hill again, and this is majority going to be terrained, so it's going to be a hill. But you're going to have all the, you know, traditional kind of runaway mine train-esque feel. So it's definitely getting there. So let's do some building, guys. Let's do some building. Yeah, 100%. Well, I've never tried it before. Never, ever tried it. And I thoroughly I did a screenshot for the video, but I had it in Tegicam and I zoomed in through there and I had the train coming through. But just it's just, you can see from here how picturesque it's going to be. Bearing in mind there's going to be a lot more buildings in here. And I just love how this area came out. It's not a million pieces, guys. It's just roof, walls, a few shops, a few pillars, a few corner pieces, and some railings and 2 lion thingies, whatever they are. And then round the back, just to break up that wall line, I've just done a little pier section, just added those little bits of realism, ropes and stuff, just to make it pop. But the fact that you can see through as well, that's so cool. And people do use these tables. I've seen them use them. And it just looks so good. I'm well chuffed with how this came out. Anigmandra's trees. Blossom trees look awesome. And again, the only reason why I haven't done any more with it is because we're at that stage where it is build it to finish now. That is done by just refining the coaster that tiny bit. Steffi, how are you? Hope you're well, my dear. And everything is good in your world. The only bit I'm struggling with is how I'm going to incorporate the train. But I think what I'm going to do with that is get the buildings in, per se. Get all that laid out, all done. And then I'll probably just support the train from wherever the buildings are, if you know what I mean. But it is that when that is finished, is probably going to be one of the most picturesque coasters in this park. It really, really is. Bar this. This is going to be super themed. You're all going to genuinely love this when it's done. You haven't seen an adventure area to how that's going to be when that is complete. That is going to... I'm not floating my own boat. That's not what I'm trying to say. But all I'm saying is I am going to supersede anything I've done adventure-wise on this coaster and this environment for the dueling coasters. Because they're kind of going to blend together, but what you're going to have is more pirate, more adventure, obviously. And then I've got to figure out where I am going with this. I may change my mind completely on this. We'll see. I don't know. But this is going to change. 100% going to change. But I think what I'm going to do with that is do that off stream. Same as the other bits. I know I keep saying it. But life's been here. And I've just been over there recently. So we'll get back on top of things very, very soon, guys. Very, very soon. Let's do some building. 50 minutes into the video. Follow me. Mr. Premise, how are you? Yo! Yo. Have a pleasant time with the family, Steffi. Not a problem. Go and enjoy yourself. Hope you're doing well, Coaster. We are just literally random building the steampunk area, basically. Tell you what, let's play soundtrack in pause. 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 Hopefully the soundtrack kicking, guys. I might have to listen to the train and coasters going around all day. Getting there, my friend, getting there. Getting there. Oh, I do have one pleasant update. I know you guys don't really enjoy it, but my sim racing. Finally figured out what was wrong with my wheel. So if any of you are sim racing and you have like a, I don't know, intermittent fault where you'll have force feedback and then suddenly the steering wheel just goes all soft and easy to turn. Don't plug it in to a surge protection lead. So since I've had this kit, I've had this bit of kit just over here. So I've had this amazing beast of a kit, T18 Thrustmaster, T818, sorry. I've had this amazing bit of kit that when it has worked, it's absolutely blown my mind. Feels like you are in a racing car, basically. But since I've had it, I've had issues, big issues with it, where, like I was saying, you kind of go through a corner and then suddenly it just kind of like stops working. And I have been on to Thrustmaster for 12 months. Literally 12 months. They've sent me bits to replace it. They even... Today... Here you go. Obviously, I don't want to show you the addresses. But they even sent me a new power adapter and new leads today. So I was driving along at work the other day, and I thought to myself, I was trying to wrap my brain, because we've kind of covered every single thing from their point of view of what it could have been. Static build up, saying it's my connections on my PC is the problem. Continuous throwing it back at me, basically saying that there's an issue. And on camera, yes, it was me. But they didn't ask what this issue could have been. They just assumed it was other issues, and they focused on that and just kept batting it back to me. And I literally, I was at a point, because of how things have been recently, I was literally prepared to go and buy a ferry ticket, chuck the whole thing in the car, and take it right back to them down in Guillemot in France. Genuinely, I was. I was beyond myself with caring, because believe it or not, that is £1,000. Just the wheel and the pedals. That was £1,000. And in 12 months, I haven't been able to enjoy it. There's been moments where it's been okay. And you sit there and go, what is going on? Why is this doing this? It shouldn't be doing it. Anyway, cut a very, very long story short. I was driving the other day at work, and I was racking my brain thinking, we covered this, we covered that, we covered this, done this, covered that. That hasn't worked. That hasn't worked. I've changed this. I've changed that. I've done everything I can to satisfy their demands, saying it's my fault. So I thought to myself, I wonder if it's anything to do with the way I'd plugged it in. And like I was saying, I had it plugged into my surge protection extension lead, which protects my computer from any power surges, basically, so that it doesn't fry the CPU or the power unit or the graphics card or anything like that. So basically, if I have a power issue, Carlos is always there and at your disposal. And that's me and Darren joke. Darren knows all about it. Where was I? So I thought to myself, I just wonder if I unplug it and put it straight into the wall socket. So the actual wall. So it's being powered by the house. Nothing in between. Yeah. I thought to myself, I just wonder if that was the case. So I had about 6 hours left of work. So I was excited to get home because I thought to myself, I just wonder if, to put in a very small description, are we going through the same corner on the same track, and every time I'm hard left and then turn it to the right, the force feedback obviously has to transfer from one way to the other. So this is how I'm trying to look at the system. I'm genuinely looking at things that I know nothing about, but I'm coming up with all this stuff thinking, I wonder if it's taking too much energy. And then that was where I put 2 and 2 together, and I thought, okay, take the surge protection away, put it straight into the wall. And lo and behold, it's fixed. Because basically what was happening, the surge protection was doing its job. It was limiting the power going through. And the funny thing is, whenever it did the problem, my screen would freeze for like a second. So basically my computer kind of like froze. So like the power was being restricted to the computer as well. So I put all this information that I just literally concocted out of my head over a period of 12 months, put it all together and pieced it. And I thought to myself, I just wonder if I plug it into the wall. Anyway, last weekend, I spent a total, plus Monday and Monday, of about 18 hours non-stop racing gaming on all of my games, and the thing didn't miss a beat. And all it was down to was the fact that when I changed direction, the power input to the system was so vast that my surge protector literally limited the amount of power going through. So that's why the steering wheel was like, I'm fighting it, and then suddenly it's like that. Like just completely no force feedback at all, because the system was kind of like, well, I ain't getting any power anymore, so cut it. And then literally within 2-3 milliseconds, I've got force feedback back. But the problem is with that, when you're trying to race in competitions and get your stats up and be the best of you can be to race the other drivers that are the best of the best can be, every single race it was doing it. But the problem was I'd be fighting corner, and then suddenly obviously I've got nothing holding me back, and my steering just goes like that. So you then oversteer, lose control of the car, smash it into the wall, then end up throwing your headphones and the gloves at the wall because you're fed up with the whole flipping situation. Go back to Thrustmaster with an email saying, I'm going to trading standards, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to stick it all in the car, and I'm going to chuck it down your front window in Guillemot, I'm going to pay for the expense of a ferry. So not only did I hugely embarrass myself, the email I got back was quite interesting. When I actually reported the final issue and my conclusion to it. Here's the email, I'll read it to you. Hi, Mr. White. I have no words to describe your professionalism and patience. Thank you very much. I shall pass this information on to our R&D department, who are not aware of this issue. Please do keep the new power supply and USB. If the power light starts blinking or fading, this is the time to change it to the new one. And bear in mind, I've had that issue for 12 months. But there was a reason behind having the issue. Anyway, cut a long story short, I can now properly sim race without any issue or anything like that. So the fun factor of all that has finally come to fruition. Where previously it was at a point literally where I was trying to sell it to get rid of it because I'd had enough, and for other reasons, obviously in the current situation. But yeah, patience. I felt like emailing back saying your R&D department need me. But it did make me laugh because I thought to myself, I thought, not in any of the instructions, not in anything, communication between them and me, had they, the professionals who made the system and know the inside out to the system, said to me at any point, how have you got this plugged in? Anyway, my claim to fame, guys. So yeah, that's kind of why also I haven't been doing much Planko, because I've been trying to get it to fail in a positive way this time. Yes, there is that, Darren. Always try not to get disqualified, buddy. But that wasn't your fault. Remember, don't prolong it, mate, because it wasn't your fault. So yeah, funny story, but that's kind of why I haven't done any sim racing live for a long time, because I haven't been able to have faith in the system to be able to actually race and be able to give it to you live. Because if I'd have done it live, you would have seen me throwing these and my lovely gloves at the wall like that, over and over and over again, because every single time they said change the USB socket, do this, do that. They even said to me that it's static issues, as in their system creates so much static that the system goes pop. And it was all those words that they were saying with the negative frame of mind I have been in recently, that just made all this impossible, because I haven't been able to focus on what I enjoy most in life, and that's playing Planet Coaster, being creative, and also sim racing. You know, I know not everybody loves it, but when I was younger, I was extremely good in a car and a kart, and it's the only affordable way of carrying out that passion nowadays. And it was just frustrating the life out of me that I could not get this thing to work. But we got there in the end, or I got there in the end. You can see why he thanked me for his patience, my patience and professionalism. But yeah, it's amazing what you think of when you're at work, though. It did make me giggle. I'll probably say giggle is the wrong word. I felt extremely embarrassed when I found out what the issue was, but then I also felt extremely elated, because now it's literally I can turn it on and I can just play. I haven't got to think about it anymore, which is lovely. It really is. And now, with the money that has been spent on it to acquire the system and everything else to go with it, the screen, the seat, the actual frame, you know, it's not a cheap hobby. But my whole pretense by buying it was literally to have that for the rest of my life. You know, I don't intend to go and buy a different system in 2 years' time. I bought into the system because it's something that I wanted, and not have to have that expense of upgrading it or changing it. Yes, I'd like a new wheel. The actual wheel I have was the cheapest one they did at the time because I was on a budget, and I thought maybe it's that, maybe that's the problem. But ultimately it wasn't. It was me and my power socket. It makes me laugh, guys. I'm sorry. I can only laugh at it now. But trust me, Darren knows that there was a lot of effing, jeffing, you name it, going on with that thing. And I'll tell you what, if you ever do buy anything from Thrustmaster, make sure, if you want to keep it, use the shit out of it whilst you first get it, because they only give you 1 month to return an item. 1 month. You have a warranty, a long extended warranty with it, but the actual process of being able to get your money back for a product that does not work by French law, 1 month. And I think that's disgusting. Because, you know, I was asking for my money back. I was like, you guys haven't figured this out. You haven't done anything. And the worst thing about it, someone that I've kind of become quite good social media / sim racing friend is a guy called Jeff that runs a channel called Sim Racer Cafe, because he had an identical issue to what I did. Total disconnection, be driving along, going around a corner, and suddenly he's in a barrier. Exact same issues I had. And I spoke to him about it and said, what have Thrustmaster said or done? And literally within the first moments of it happening for him, they sent him a new power unit and a new USB cable. And to my dismay, I was like, well, they've had me trying to sort this out for 6 months, saying it's my problem, it's this, it's that. He's like, oh, no, they sent this out straight to me, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, excuse me. He got the new power unit and the new USB cable, and he had the exact same issues repeated with the new stuff. So he's actually been able to get his money back because he went to the consumer credit in the UK. But he no longer has that unit now. So anyway, he was doing a 24-hour race at the weekend, and I put a message on the live feed just saying, oh, I've just got an update for you. He's like, what? And I'm like, you won't believe it, I've got the thing working. And I told him what it was, and he said, I had mine going for an extension lead. Do you think that's what the issue was? And I said, well, that is my issue. I said, I can't comment on yours. I said, but by the looks of it, you need to have one hefty extension lead, as in ampage, the fuse and stuff, to be able to use it via an extension lead. You can't just go and buy a $5.99 one and do it. You're going to need to spend probably 150 quid on a proper heavy duty lead to accommodate that power pull. And he was a bit upset, to be honest with you, but then I sat there and said to him, I said, look, I said, it is what it is, you know. I said the thing that annoys me is, I said, it's taken me to find out this issue, not Thrustmaster. And that's the bit where you kind of sit there and go, that's what takes the proverbial, because you genuinely, you buy into these products, they're not cheap. It's just like any PC product, it's not cheap. And if you remember back to April last year, March, April last year, you know, I spent £700 on those AMD graphics cards for them to fail within 3 weeks of ownership on 2 of them, on the first one and the replacement one. But luckily, eBuyer, I refer eBuyer to everybody in the UK. Use them. They are brilliant, because if anything goes wrong, send it back. We'll diagnose it. We'll send you another one. If the same thing happens, they'll just refund you the money. And it was as simple as that. Then I ended up spending double on an Nvidia card. But anyway, we won't go there. But saying that, if I'd have spent double in the first place, I would have never have had the issues I had with the AMD cards. And that was my view with this. If I'd have gone and bought an Acertec steering wheel or a Moser steering wheel or a Fanatec or something like that, I was getting to the impression that I bought an inferior product. And then that puts an extremely sour taste in your mouth when you're trying to deal with these people that are telling you it's your problem, it's your computer, it's your setup. And I'm like, no, it's not, mate. It's not, because if it was, I'd have bigger problems with other things, and I don't. So, and lo and behold, I proved them right. So I'm just hoping with the words that I sent them in the, not apology email, but the email I sent back, please make sure you speak to your R&D department make this the first point of investigation, because if you don't, you're going to have some very upset customers. But I never got a response for that, apart from being professional. Me? Professional? But anyway, enough about that. But that's sorted now. So, the downside is, guys, for the Planko viewers, or it may be an upside. You might get into it. I don't know. Is that I will be doing a lot more sim racing now. So hopefully you'll enjoy it, because the nice thing is I'll be terribly consistent now. And I have been over the weekend, and I've had a lot of fun with it. And it's nice just to be back being able to use it. Right, need to make this look steampunk now, because that doesn't look remotely steampunk. What do you reckon, guys? Well, if you take a look on Google quickly, just literally type in Sugar Emporium Universal Studios Orlando, you'll see where I'm kind of getting the inspiration a little bit. I'm not doing it the same. I'm just kind of using that as a pinpoint, and that was Darren who reminded me of that. Just trying to build the levels as we go, basically. See what happens. Not really a plan with it, but I think that clock works quite well in there. Even though we have a clock in the tower there. Not that you really notice it. Cool thing is I've sunk, if you have a look here, there is actually, somehow I've sunk the clock hands in. So the cool thing is they actually work. Yeah, this is kind of the vibe I'm going for. I need to type it in myself, actually. Sugar Emporium, Universal Orlando. Images. There we go. So it's got a similar vibe. It's not really anything like it, but it's just got something going on with it. What you got to remember is all this kind of clutter down here is going to come up here as well anyway. So we're going to have pipes coming in and out of it, left, right, and centre. So let's jump on with the pipes and see what we've got. We'll go colour wise. Oh, excuse me. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. pause this up for you. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry. Showing you all my dodgy teeth there. Well, I do not know what's wrong with me today. I had the best night's sleep I've had in ages last night. Glacian, how are you, my man? Galcian, sorry. How are you doing, buddy? Been a while? Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I didn't have my chat live on. I was looking at some inspirational pictures from the Sugar Emporium in Orlando. Yeah, we may change up the colours, who knows? But I thought the little bit of gold highlights from the clock and the actual furnaces, because I don't think, yeah, you can only change the colour of the, ooh. Ha ha! Actually, well, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Let's try slightly more subdued look. Problem. Oh, Tarzan. What was I going to say? Problem is I got no other gold really anywhere, and I'm kind of going for that more dingy, dull look, if you know what I mean. Coppery, dark coppery look. Which I think... Cheers, mate. It's getting there. It's been a while since I've been doing anything, to be perfectly honest with you. But we're getting there. Oh, I do apologise, guys. was wondering if a slight reddish look. That looks a bit better. Instead of the black. I found some other pipes as well on the Theme Maker Toolkit, Gal. This steam pipe as a kind of exit kind of thing looks quite cool. As a drainage sewer system-y pipe. And one other little thing that's really cool as a Theme Maker Toolkit are these valves that fit perfectly on the in-game piping. Works really, really well, especially in the station. It just adds another level of detail. I mean, for instance, if I take that off, that was how it did look. And now it has that. I might actually lower that down a bit, just to get the join right. No worries, Icy. Catch you soon, buddy. It's just finding out those little bits. Clutter, as we know, mate. Always clutter with steampunk. But I think that colour works a lot better. So let's use that. Change that, change that, change that, change that. Change that, change that, change that, change that. To the colour. I do know what you mean there, gal. I know what you mean, mate. But parts coming along. I can't remember the last time we had a look, buddy, but it's been adding to the church area for the Slimer coaster and the train station. Just a quick overview here, guys. I know I did it at the beginning of the video. But we got the spooky area, which it's got some amazing... I mean, look at that. And then you turn to the left. And you got your double horror heights, which I don't mean to float my own boat, but the way I look at that is I don't believe I built that. I think that is beautiful. And once the rest of it is all done down here, and the spooky vibe leading up to it, and the rest of that's done, I think that's one of my best ever builds, personally. And just this area alone. I absolutely adore this area. It's coming along so well. And then we have a number of other areas. We're going to have a wilderness-style western runaway mine train log flume. Again, with the traditional steamboat in there for us. I haven't done anything with this area yet. We do have another giga that goes all the way around the park. You know what I mean, Gal, and I must admit you probably had it with your builds, but there's a particular view. It's about here. That view, day and night, for me, is one of my best. I just think that's epic. And again, like I say, I'm not floating my own boat, but I built this probably 4 or 5 months ago. And I'm already at that point where I don't remember building it, if you know what I mean. And it's the same with the entrance area, the car park. It's just got an element of detail that I haven't done in my previous parks, even though you all love my previous builds. This is taking it to that next level. And I'm pretty sure by the end of this build, I would have had to rebuild my computer yet again to be able to finish the park. But we'll see. We'll see. I hope not. But I've got a feeling it's going to be... Not many people are going to be able to enjoy it. So if there's a review done by Channel 5 or whoever, that's how people are going to be able to enjoy it. Because unfortunately, piece count wise, I don't even know what I'm at. I think I'm at about 55,000 already. And the park's not even a quarter done yet. So if you think about that, that's 200,000 pieces. And you know what I mean by that, dude. I've seen many videos of your live streams where you're deleting stuff. I'm not that high. 39,000. There we go. So where in the past I've always built my parks to the spec of my computer. But at the same time, what I've also tried to do is build my parks so as many people as possible can try to enjoy them or enjoy them. Where this on the other way is this is very much the opposite way of doing things. This one I'm going all out. I you know, I appreciate that not everybody has the best of computers. But ultimately, this may be my last park on Planet Coaster. More than likely going to be my last park on Planet Coaster, to be honest with you. And if Planet Coaster 2 one day does decide to raise its head, who knows what the future holds. But at the minute, I'm still going to build. I'm just not going to put 2 years of my life into another park, you know. It's just too long. It's like a glove. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, mate. I try to do it so that people can enjoy them, if you know what I mean. But at the same time, it's what you want to build. And for the first time, this is me actually saying, do you know what? I'm going to do what I want this time around. And go from there. Go from there, really. Yeah. I found these lovely bits of kit on the Theme Maker Toolkit the other day, which works so well. I'm going to need a new mouse soon, guys. It's given up on me. I'm going to lose those diagonally bits now, don't I? Let's try and grab them. Just bring them out a bit more. Looking good, looking good. Right, pipe work, pipe work, pipe work, pipe work. Excuse me. Right, guys, I just need to take a quick pit stop. So, where are we? Where's she off to? Assume these are going on this, which they are. So, what I'll do is I'll bang you on with these guys. I will be back in a moment. Hey Lars, how you doing, dude? I'm not going anywhere. Oh, well, I am. I'm just going to the lavatory. But I'll be back in just a moment, guys. So I'll leave you with this person, just for a little ride and POV. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes, guys.
Kavanom Turfa Obelsi Gularama.
Tebula's in Merton Hotel.
Panomusa say under are an alma pado.
Filmi. Yes, Safo is in there.
Duni valley mondala bue hale du.
So, there we go. That was that. Apologies, guys. Nature calls and all. I'm back now. Hope you enjoyed. A little bit more refinement needed on the coaster, but we are getting there. Yeah, this is the Haunted coaster, so it's still got to finish off this awning and stuff. I haven't, you know, finished everything. Loads to do still, but you get some great views from this ride, and some from the queue line anyway. Just like the fact that you can't see that steampunk area. Wait, you just see it popping over there through the trees. But as you can see, there's a lot to do still. A lot to do. I just think that looks epic. Tell you what I do want to do this stream, actually. I do want to get a support structure done for this. Because there's no way in hell... Hey Rob, how you doing, buddy? You good? Cheers for the membership this month, mate. Appreciate it. I kind of want to get that something done. Probably something that I've done before, but a little bit more detailed maybe. What I did in Funland Adventure Valley, but just make it more realistic than it was. I got you, Rob. Welcome to the stream, mate. How's it in the other side of the world? Hope the weather's good for you, buddy. Crappy here at the minute. We're just putting some work into this steampunky area, just trying to give it something, basically. We actually want to change the colour of that, don't we? I'm not sure, Super. Probably missed this, buddy. I'm just kind of continuing with this kind of look. Why is the clock going 1,000,000 miles an hour? Did you see that? What was that all about? Oh, because it was night time, wasn't it? 8 AM. Right. 2:30 AM. Crikey. I'm a long way off that, mate. how am I going to connect this to that one? No worries, man. Thanks for joining. Smash a like if you haven't already, buddy. It'll be very much appreciated. Maybe you can catch up with the stream and pop a comment tomorrow. Let us know what your thoughts are, mate. Just to make life a little bit easier for myself. Excuse me. No worries, buddy. Have a good sleep. Catch you very soon, my friend. And again, thank you for the membership. It's appreciated, mate. Genuinely appreciated. Oh. Yeah, that's going to have to go like that. That's what it is. No worries, mate. Have a good sleep, fella. Catch you soon, mate. Right, that's them all connected in some way or another. Dang it. What the? So they're 4 meter pieces, but they're not 4 meter pieces. Sorry guys, I'm just checking out pictures. Sorry guys, I seem to be getting tons of emails through. Apparently I can get £5,000 advance on my wages, even though I don't earn £5,000. Oh well. Shows I'm ticking a few boxes there. Right. Actually, we want that, don't we? Do we? Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Autosave. My apologies. Getting a bit heavy now, I must admit. Come on. Thank you. Should have been checking to see if any of this is going through, which it's not. So that's all good. So, welcome to the stream, guys. Thanks for joining. Come say hi. Smash that like if you're enjoying the park come to life, guys. Just a little trick, guys, by the way. A lot of people do this so that it's not showing. But the thing is, you get that tiny little, I don't know what you want to call it, exhaust of smoke then popping out the top. Where if you sink it a little bit so that the smoke is filling the edge of it without it bleeding through, it looks a lot more natural then. Just a little tip for you. Also try and get it in the middle. And try and use different size smoke, if you know what I mean. Just so it breaks up that sameness. I generally go for the small and the medium. Just because the large is massive. But you can see if you put the nozzle at the top, obviously the smoke doesn't thicken out until it gets to about here. So if you lower it down, it's filling the chimney, shall we say. Just there. And it just looks a lot more natural. I think the large one is pretty big. It's a bit too big for my liking. It backfires because not everybody is the same. Fully appreciate that. But at the same time, everybody has free will. And that's the bit that gets me about religion. Do you know what? I'm going to be really honest with you now, okay? There is nothing in this world right now that would want me to go and spend time with a woman. And please don't take that in any other way than I mean. I have zero interest in any flowers. Okay? I am done. I'm 42 years old next week. And for the first time in my life, I have zero, and I mean zero, interest in any of that. Now, Darren's been really nice and said, when you're not looking, that's when the right one pops up. I couldn't care, mate. Seriously, I could not care right now. Unless she's a multi-millionaire. That might be a bit different. I'm only joking. I can go Florida all year round. No. I appreciate the comment, Cure, but yeah. Yeah, I'm done with all that, mate. I am done. I gotta spend the next I gotta spend the next 5 years recuperating myself and finding a house to buy or an apartment, or if in that time I managed to do something about what I was saying going to Florida, who knows? But yeah, no, I'm done, mate. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, that's out the window as far as I'm concerned. I'm not gonna be able to match this up, am I? Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, nothing. No interest whatsoever. No one's interested in me anyway. I'm an opinionative arsehole. There you go. YouTube are going to strike me for all the swear words in this video. You won't be monetized. You said this word. You said that word. Oh. That was a thought I had in a chat I had with Darren, actually. I think it was last night. I said it would be so cool if, like, one of my YouTube followers lived in Florida. And they said, you know what? You can come and live on our sofa for 2 weeks whilst you're on holiday. I'll be like, boom! Perfect. Because then all I've got to do is pay for a car, flight, and tickets and food. That is it. But to be honest with you, the actual hotel is probably the cheapest part of the holiday nowadays. You know. But no, I'm done. I've wasted too much of my life. As the policeman said yesterday, of being a yes man. And he was right. He was 100% right. And that's where it kind of hit home. No worries, Patrick. You wouldn't want me anyway, mate. Not after tonight's conversation. I'm only joking, guys. Like I say, it's just my personal thoughts. It's personal feelings towards situations. I try to have an open mind to everything. But when you're a factual person and an overthinker, it's hard to understand why things happen the way they are if certain things are put in place to avoid that, you know? It's a strange one. But one other thing I try and live by is honesty is a policy. The best policy. Simple as. No, it's a dream, onesie. If you know, if Florida does happen, it will happen. But I don't, you know, it's not like I'm gonna sit here and make it my objective to go and do it. It's just, you know, I've had a brief look at seeing how to get a job at Disney, and to be perfectly honest, it looks quite difficult, to be honest with you. And the fact that my teeth are knackered, the fact that I'm 42 years old and so on, and I don't have a penny to my name, it's difficult to be able to try and relocate when you're in that type of position. So, you know, I am chatting a certain amount of tripe. It's my new favourite word, because it's not really a swear word at the minute about that. But it would be lovely. I mean, you know, waking up every morning knowing that you're going to Disney, knowing that you driving the monorail is giving people so much happiness, whether it be their first trip, whether it be their 100th trip, whatever it be, you know. Yes. What else to say, really? But yeah, I won't go on. But can I just say thank you for sticking with it, because we're 22 followers concurrent, viewers concurrent for quite some time now, so I can't be chatting that much bullshit. Can't remember what size this was now. 1010. What was it? But I most definitely will be going there on holiday. No doubt about that. No doubt at all. Just going to get a cheap motel. Rent myself a car. Mustang. Or a Camaro. Something like that. And then basically just hit up Disney. Bush. Go on Gwazi. Go on Tower Terror. Even though I hate it. Do all the things I love in the world. Basically. Simples. As the meerkats say. Simples. Or used to say. And meet great people and friends along the way, just like all you guys. Yeah, I remember the last time I went, it weren't cheap, but that was 2015. But I know now it's, I mean, to put it into perspective for you guys, from us here in the UK, and I know how expensive it is for a daily ticket at Florida. If you turn up on the gate, it's for a park hopper. 2 park hopper, it's $250, which is absolutely extortionate. But to put into some perspective for you, to do a 2-week holiday for 2 people to go to Florida and do all of the parks and have spending money and transportation and a place to reside is £5,500. No, sorry, without spending money is about £5,500, which is about $7,500 US, roughly. Now you've then got 2 weeks of food and merchandise and whatever. Even if you're sensible about it, you're looking at about £2,000, so about another $2,500. So you're looking at $10,000 US to go to Disney for 2 weeks for 2 people. It's insane. And the only reason why I've been so many times is because when I was young, it was $2 to the pound. And when you put that into perspective, for every it was a hell of a lot cheaper for us to go over here than it was for you guys to come to us. So to put that into some form of perspective, if anybody knows of Nike Shox trainers, I used to love them. They were the most comfortable trainer for me. I pretty much went to Disney purely to get those. In the UK at the time, and this is going back a good few years, they were about £250, which, if you think about it, at $2 to the pound, that's $500 back in, I don't know, this is 15, 20 years ago. So get on the flight, go to America. First thing we did was went to all the outlet shops. And I'd go in the Nike store and I'd pick up my exact same pair of trainers that I'd pick up on the shelf in the UK. And they were $150. So they were £75. So that paid for my annual ticket for Disney, which at the time, well, it was a little bit less than that actually, The ticket was a bit more, but it was £330 to do a yearly annual pass to all the parks at Disney, which included everything, the parking, the water parks, you name it, it covered everything. So for the purchase of one set of trainers, I could afford to go to Disney for a whole year. That's how sickening and sad it is when you look at the prices nowadays and you think it's just completely extortionate. But it is what it is. And that's the way of the world nowadays. And that's why I've kind of been so many times, guys, over the years, because it has been... I've been fortunate in that perspective that my mum and dad clocked onto that very early on, and we used to buy yearly tickets for everything when we used to go. So the following year, all we had to pay for was literally flights, car, and accommodation. So all the tickets for all the parks were already paid for, you know, when it was $2 to the pound. When it's only I think it's $1.25, $1.30 at the minute. It just, there you go, $460 for an annual pass. Does that include everything, onesie? All the parks, parking, all the water parks. Oh, but with many limitations. Okay. To put that into perspective, now, for two people from the UK to go to Florida and buy a 2-week ticket is £1,500, so $2,000 US. So it costs me 3 times the amount of money to go for 2 weeks to Disney than it does for you to go for a whole year. And that's what turns my stomach. That genuinely turns my stomach. I think the expression is it's daylight robbery. Yeah, but even so, mate, book a day off work, you go for a day. Let me put it this way, in 1 month, you know how much it is on the door. It's $250 if I remember correctly. $249 plus taxes to do a single day at Disney with Park Hopper. And I know this because I watch Adam the Woo. Shall we? Shall you? I can't remember what it is now. Darren, you need to remind me. But it literally turns my stomach. It upsets me. But it is what it is. It's the way of life nowadays, isn't it? You know, everything is expensive. I remember the last time I filled the car up, I had a Chrysler 300C, and it had the 5.7 Hemi engine in it. When I got it, I was like, yes, finally. Got a car with big V8. And I remember filling it up halfway through, and it was $35 to fill the whole tank. $35. Now, bearing in mind, I worked for Land Rover at the time, and I remember the month before was March, and I had to go and fill up a Range Rover at the petrol station, because I was selling them and delivering them. Customers were collecting them, and it was £130 to fill up. And I sat there and I thought, here I am in Florida with a 5.7 V8 Hemi engine under the bonnet, and it's just cost me $35, which at the time I think it was $150, $160 to the pound. So it cost me 25 quid to fill it up. But you fly home, you get in a Range Rover, same size tank, costs you £130, so $200 US. Blows my mind the way the world works. It really, really does. There's only one thing that was never cheaper, and that was designer garments. So for instance, if Burberry, you know Burberry, I think it's a UK brand, I think. Adam's channel's great. I love it because he's very much like me, but in a more delicate way. He states the obvious, but lets you come to the conclusion, which I think is a pretty cool way of going about it. I don't like his tash, and ignore my beard, this grey silver fox beard. It'll be going soon. But I appreciate his comments sometimes. He makes me laugh. It's like today he went to SeaWorld. I saw his SeaWorld vlog today, and he was saying that he'd bought the silver annual pass, and he pulled up to park, and basically the guy wanted $34 for him to park in the car park for 2 hours before closing. So he paid it, and then the guy told him, go and upgrade your pass, because he got the wrong pass. He had a bronze pass, I think, and he was going to get a silver pass. But it was how he did it, and how he delicately made it sound. Oh mate, I'm going till at least 9:45 UK time because I have an appointment with Sir Darren Stringer, because he is NASCARing it from 10 PM, and I'll be watching him going around very slowly under yellow flags for about 2 hours, I think. Darren, I'm only joking. Let's just hope it's not that way, hey? Yeah. I can't quite remember, but I had a giggle. I don't love him, but I really appreciate what he does, and if I could do that, I'd be exactly the same. And it just makes me laugh. I think he's hilarious. I really, really do. Guys, does that look okay? Because I can't do anything about these panes of glass. Because obviously we don't have triangular bits of glass, do we? No. Does that look alright? I know I need to tidy it up a bit, but... And by the looks of it, we need to move it across a bit. But hopefully that is all good. But no, the objective is minimum, or should I say maximum, within 3 years, I'll be back at Florida, and I will invest in a top-of-the-range GoPro, and you'll get to see my lovely face. I'll probably have a bald head by then with the way my hair is going. That's the reason why I always wear a cap. What's that? Use short a piece of path that is sticking out so it sticks out less. Hey? I put 1 meter. I put 1 meter panels in here. I can't do much more than that. I mean, it is what it is. It's the way the game is. They don't give us triangular pieces of glazing, do they? So I can't really do much with it. I mean, you don't really see it. I think once we get... I know I can disguise this, actually. Looks good, though. It's not central. What looks of it? I've done the 1 by 1, mate. But yeah, that's the objective. Within 3 years. Who knows? We have a monthly lottery at work. It's all based on how you drive. And if I drive sensibly, which I have been, I get put in the drawer. So who knows? And if I become an elite driver, which I am weekly, I have the opportunity of earning a £10,000 bonus at the end of the year. So who knows what can happen? They're after going to go like that. And if I get that, trust me, I'm going to Florida next year. Simples. Oh, shorten that bit. Yeah. No, you're right there. Yeah. I just duplicated that because I was trying to work out how I did it. Excuse me. But no, guys, thanks for sticking with the stream. I know I went off on one. But at least you guys now know why, what, where. I think it's the easiest way to put it. And I appreciate you sticking with me. Because like I say, if it wasn't for you guys and the likes of Darren and Heather, I wouldn't be here today with this. I'd have really lost my crap with everything. Ah. JP, yeah, I mean that's pretty banging, mate. They are outrageous. I could load it up now and show you. It's just insane. But I've always done it the wrong way. I've always done it. Where was I? 1 meter, 10 by 10. Where I've kind of stupidly financed majority of the trip. That's the reason why my life was so hard when the ex-wife left me, because she wouldn't accept any responsibility for any of the debt. So, been an upward climb quite some time, but we're there now, and we're in a position where none of that matters anymore. I just need to pay off what I spent last year getting this set up all for you guys. And then I'll be able to look a bit more forwards to other things maybe in the future. We want to put that in the middle, don't we? But it's 100% going to be happening no matter what. So, to be honest with you, I know you can get a motel dead cheap. And, you know, all I need is a bed. David, man, it's all good, man. Trust me. It's all good. I know I went on. I know I gave you guys too much detail, but one thing I found with this person is when people know the most spiteful, vindictive side comes out. And if she was watching this, I'm surprised I haven't had 100 texts. So she's obviously not watching, which is good by me. I have hid her from the channel. So fingers crossed that stays that way. But I know her best mate watches it because her son watches me build. So that's not my problem anymore. But at the end of the day, David, it's onwards and upwards, mate, from now on. And this channel is just gonna thrive, basically. So it's all off my chest now. All you guys know, like I said to her the other day, I'm an open book. I am what I am, and I say what I say. It's that may sound cut and dry, but why beat round the bush? There's no need. If you fuck up, fuck up. Tell someone about it. Sort it out. Don't sit there, procrastinate, and then have bailiffs on the doorstep, and then me worrying that all the finance I've used the last 2 years to be able to get all this set up is going to get taken away from me. But she'd rather lie about all that than actually say, do you know what, this is the situation, we need to do this, we need to do that. No problem. I now know I can help with that. Give me the number, I'll start paying it. None of that. No interest whatsoever. So I'm not putting myself in that position anymore. And it's as simple as that. I'm not living that life. I'm just not doing it. So at the end of the day, David, thank you very much. It is all positivity. And as far as I'm concerned, my life living that way is done. It's genuinely done. Can't bother with it anymore. Not at any point in all the conversations and all the texts has she said, okay, I'll try and change this, I'll be more open, I'll try and talk to you more, I'll tell you about things more when they happen. I don't care if you F up, just tell me. Because I'd rather know than finding out, banging on the door, letters being thrown through, saying bailiffs are here to collect a load of stuff. How do you live with that? When every 4 to 6 months I've sat down and asked the questions, is everything okay? Are you okay? Are you okay to cover this, cover that, cover this? Are you sure? Yes, 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 yes. Have you got any problems? No, no, no. Do you need any help? No, no, no. Why have we got bailiffs on the door? Anyway, enough of it. Enough of it. I'm done. All her issues now, not mine. I'm done. Genuinely done. What will be next is she hasn't paid the rent on this place and I'll be kicked out of here before I get in my new place. That'll be the next stress. But anyway, deal with that when the time comes. I think that is working though. No, it's all good, mate. It is all good. It's all good. At the end of the day, things can only get better for me now, and it's cut and dry as that, literally. And it's all because of you lovely people, and I genuinely mean that, guys. Trust me, mate. I got 30 days from today to wait. That's it. And the only reason why I can't get out earlier is because my next wage packet, which comes on Friday, I've got to pay my deposit for this room. And then I've got to wait for my next wage packet to be able to pay the first month's rent. So I literally am just, I've got to earn the money to be able to pay for it. So it's as simple as that. I've tried every form in trying to get a loan and everything like that. But unfortunately, because of the position I am in financially, at the moment, I can't do that. Which ultimately is the most sensible thing for me. Because if I did go and get a loan for, say, £1,000, $1,250, I've still got to pay it back. And my monthly outlay is quite high. So my affordability in being able to live is very, very low. So I will be streaming a lot. I will be at home a lot. I won't be socialising. I won't be going out. I can't afford a girlfriend. That's the reason why I have no interest. But that's not the reason. I just don't. I have no interest right now. No interest whatsoever. So for me, it's no bad thing. I've just got to be patient. Unfortunately, I've been patient for far too long, and that's what I'm struggling with. That's the only bit really. But we'll get there. I'll get there. I've only got to wait. Unless you all order a hoodie each, and that'll be it'll come a bit quicker. I am only joking. Guys, does this look right? Am I putting too many pieces into this, I wonder? Oh, and I see. Is that better? I'm going to use a different upstand for this actually, because these aren't going to work right up here. So I'll change these. Get rid of them for the minute. I'm just going to grab something quickly to nibble, just because I'm getting a bit hungry. Where's she off to? She's off to thingy. Tell you what we'll do actually. We'll do a Horror Heights. Shall we? Shall we? I haven't done a Horror Heights POV for a while. Hopefully there's someone in the queue. And there's no one in the queue. Right. Oh. What I save. But cheers for joining the stream, guys. It is appreciated. If you're not a sub, please do smash that button. You'll see this park evolve even more over time, like it has done recently. We've gained 3 subscribers, so I can't thank you enough. I obviously haven't put everybody off. But guys, I am going to be about a lot more. A lot more. So your time, likes and subs are genuinely appreciated. If you want to go one step further and become a member of the channel, there are small discounts to be had on the merchandise. If you haven't seen it already, I hope you like it. Why? So literally no one rides these now then, do they? Or have I got them turned off? Oh, that would help. The age-old issue when you cover everything up. Anyone? Anyone for anyone? Unreal. The most themed rides in the whole park. Oh, no, here we go. There you go. Enjoy, guys. I'm back in just a couple of minutes. Won't be long. Right then, guys. I was just thinking, the roof that we are building at the minute is taking a lot of piece count. So I think you can barely see me. There we go. That's better. Right. So I think I'm going to rethink this. I'm probably just going to do it with the corrugated. I know this looks proper cool, but that is 113.58. So by the time we get all the way around here, it's going to be 1,000 pieces just for a roof. Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, I'm going to cancel that. Sorry, guys. Right. Apologies. We will finish off this wall first, I think. Let's do that. So, building... brick. No, so if anyone's watching this back, my apologies if you find any of the comments that I've made offensive. It is not the case. Well, not the intention. I know all you guys that are watching have thanked me and appreciated it, so thank you. But I know not everybody has the same wavelength. But I just hope you're enjoying the part come together. Loving all the likes already, guys. Thank you so much for it. It is appreciated. It does get the views up. It does get the videos noticed a bit more. Where are we? We're at 29 like. No, that's not it. Bear with me. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, no, we are. 30 likes. Cheers, guys. Someone just did it. Thank you very much for your like, guys. Much appreciated. It just gets the video seen a little bit more. It helps the channel. And again, like I always say, you don't have to support me financially. Just a like suffices. It really, really does, guys. It just helps the channel grow a little bit more. Gets more people watching. Gets more people involved in Planet Coaster. You know? And my sincere apologies for not streaming the Frontier streams. From what I understand, they haven't been that entertaining anyway. But I've been at work. So... Plus, Mr. Stringer's racing streams coincide with it. So... been a little bit preoccupied. But I can promise you this. Tomorrow I will be streaming, subject to how the day goes, which I won't elaborate on. And then the same next week, I hope, as I am off from Sunday afternoon right through till the following Monday. So that's a whole week off work. The only time I won't be streaming will be the Tuesday morning, because that's when I'm having my teeth done, unfortunately. On my birthday. So I hope to do a stream once I'm back, guys. Providing I can talk. Pause that a sec. Just line that up a bit better. But no, I genuinely thank you for all the comments, guys. Thank you for all the support over the last few weeks, and especially the last couple of years. Channel wouldn't be where it is if it wasn't for you guys. And like I've said many a times this evening, it's onwards and upwards for me as far as I'm concerned. And there'll be a lot more coming from me, whether or not I decide to do that rant kind of thing. And basically the way I'm basing it is there's a I can't remember what he calls himself. I think he calls him Redneck American, his channel. But basically, it's he watches stuff that he's never seen before, and he's actually quite entertaining. And I thought, well, maybe, you know, you guys could pop onto Discord and send us a quick video, and then I could do a similar kind of thing, if you know what I mean. But we will see. All I can say is onwards and upwards from now on, guys. I was thinking then, you probably saw it in my face, these pieces are little pieces, but the problem is they have that extension there, and if I try and do that there, they're just going to poke out. No worries, mate, you get ready. It is 10 PM, just to confirm, isn't it? Yeah, 10 PM. So, yeah, no, good luck with the practice, dude, and I'll see you around then. Guys, I'm probably going to go for another 40 minutes, so that'll make it 9 PM my time. Only reason being, I just need to pop to the shop, so I don't want to do that midstream. Hope you can appreciate that, guys. But I'll be back ready and roaring to go tomorrow. And just putting a question out to everybody, really. Would you be okay if I did my sim racing on this channel? Please do let me know if you're watching back in the comments. Only reason being is I don't want to upset people. I don't want to lose subscribers. You know, it's going to be I don't know, a couple of times a week, possibly. But now that the steering wheel is fixed, I am a lot more consistent. So hopefully it will be a more enjoyable experience for you guys. If you're into your racing. If you're not, I totally get it. I don't expect you to watch it. But it's my other passion in life, along with, you know, theme parks. So I hope you guys can appreciate that. And actually, now that the steering wheel's fixed, I'm pretty bloody quick, to be fair. Because I haven't got it in my head that it's going to break, if you know what I mean. So I'm on it. On it. I'm quite happy with that. I'm just not fully sure about these all being the same height. That's the only thing. I think there's enough clutter there. I mean, how many pieces is this now? It's not too bad. 2,500 pieces for all that detail. No, cheers, Onesie. I mean, it's how can I put it? I grew up go-karting. I was extremely good at it. If I could, I'd do it every month. But it's just too expensive. My local place is called Daytona. And I had the birthday gift come through the other day where you literally, you can take someone with you and basically it's half price. So they're the ones that have to pay. So you kind of like pay half each, which makes it semi-affordable. But it's still £75, so $100 for 40 minutes of racing go-karts. So if you do it on your own, it's near enough $225 for 45 minutes. 40 minutes, sorry. It's just insane. And frustrating. That's the reason why I bought the sim rig, because the way I looked at it was the money I'd vested in that over 10 years, £100 a year, is one-time go-karting per year. But with that, I can log on right now and have a race and enjoy myself and not get hurt and not have to suffer the pain of it either. Right, I'm going to have a think about the roof to this. I'm going to have a think because that glass looked great, but it's too much piece count. So whether I'll probably just use the corrugated bits to be fair. I think, yeah. So that's that. I do like the feel though, the vibe that this is giving off. Once we get some rocks in here and stuff. Let's do that now actually. Wondering what kind of biome trees to go for with steampunk. I mean, what you don't. I can't really keep going with the kind of like dried alpine look, if you know what I mean. So tight round here. Well, you don't see much of it from the ride, but it adds. And it adds to the look from the queue line, which looks good. At least that's the start. So what do you guys reckon to this building then? Do you reckon that's alright for steampunk with this wall kind of architecture going through here? Obviously we'll have some form of entrance building or awning. And then I've got to figure out how I'm gonna cover all this up. Yeah, that feels a lot better from that view anyway. Yes, have it. Yeah, so guys, what I'm going to do off stream is I'm going to move the Giga a little bit more over to the left, I think, because I'm not happy with how the supports are. Because this coaster is actually quite low for some reason, how I've built it. So I'm going to move all this back a little bit more. I'm going to bring this further back as well. That may mean redoing a lot of it, but it is what it is. I'm happy with it coming through here because I wanted it to do that. So I can build beyond that, if you know what I mean, and incorporate a coaster to go around there. So that's fine. That flat ride I've got to have a good think about. I need to have a think about this last section here. So I think before I do another stream, I'm just going to do those amendments just to kind of make this look a little bit less cluttered. Because the reason why Thunderland Adventure Valley was so good was because this never really had that look. It was always a hill underneath it, so it was kind of covered up. You didn't have hundreds of meters of supports going up and down. And again, where this kind of comes in here, my thoughts are as if I extend this corner so that it comes around here, at least then I'll be able to build the hills up underneath it. And then what I'll try and do is run it back along a similar kind of route and then kind of come down here into this section. So I'll still keep 80% of it the same. It's just literally kind of pulling it all over. But with streaming and the way the game works, it's kind of a pain in the backside for the FPS. So I'll have to do that off stream. You guys need to have a think about what I potentially can do around here. The toboggan is going to go. So I've got to think of what coaster I'm going to put in here as well. And then obviously what I'm going to put in here over here. So have a think, and in the comments once the stream's finished, please do pop a comment if you come up with an idea. Whether that'd just be like an invert. But remember, we got steampunk, spooky, western stroke alpine, whatever, adventure. So whatever goes here and whatever goes here has to kind of merge with those kind of themes. You know what I mean? So if you are going to have a long, hard think about it, just kind of have a think, make some suggestions, and then we can go from there, basically. I'm just a little bit lost coaster-wise, because the problem I'm having, excuse me, is all my parks have very similar coaster types in them. Yes, they're all very different. But like, do I put another B&M invert in? Do I put another Gerstlauer Starfighter in? You know, what do I do? We've got the Cascade, we've got the Giga, we've got the Runaway Mine Train, we've got the Flawless, and we got the Drop. So if you think about it, they're all in my other parks. So it's just trying to mix it up a little bit. Well, I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm pretty much spent. 4 hours, 40 minutes, and a huge rant. So my apologies. But they're going to have a little walk down the main street. So we'll just let that run through. But no, guys, seriously, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with the stream. I know I keep apologizing. I've been told many a times in life not to be too open about things, but you would have all noticed over the last 6 months to a year, I'd put a post on saying I'm going to do a stream tonight, or I'm going to do it tomorrow night, and I'm going to do it blah, 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 blah. And I never end up doing it, and I always end up cancelling. I just hope tonight gives you an idea to the reason why. But like I say, moving forwards, I'm going upwards now. There is no downwards as far as I'm concerned. I've got a stable job. I've got a job where I'm respected. I've got a job where there is a future. There are prospects. There are ways of earning more money. There are, you know, it's an easy job at the moment. So I've invested in that job with the share save scheme and the pension. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm now set. If something were to pop up in Florida in years to come, who knows? I do want to go back to Florida. I do want to go to the parks again. So I'm going to start saving, and I'm going to start working as an objective to do that. But at the same time, I've got to look at my personal future in respect of home. I don't want to be living with other people. I do want my own place. Over here in the UK, it is extremely expensive to be able to get on the ladder. Let alone rent your own place. Just to put into perspective how much to rent a 1-bedroom flat in Milton Keynes is, it starts at £1,200 a month. So about $1,600 a month just to have a 1-bedroom apartment in not a nice place. You then have bills on top of that. So including bills with the way rates are at the minute, the outgoing would be about £1,700 a month. That's before food, before other things, etc. So this is a position that I've got to put myself in, and I've got to start somewhere. So it's a huge positive. Cheers, Tom. Heads up now, mate. It's not going down at all. I've just got to keep positive about it all. So I just hope this evening you guys fully understand where I've been, where I'm coming from, where I'm going. So I can only, again, I know I keep apologizing, but the apologies is for expressing myself, because I know not everybody is interested in that and so forth. But I genuinely appreciate the support, the comments that you've made. You know, like I keep saying, if it wasn't for you guys, this channel wouldn't be where it is today, and I wouldn't be where I am today. So it is really, really thanked. Okay. I will be back hitting the ground running with this. now that I have a clear mind and clear conscience. You've seen it this evening. When I actually start clicking, it really does start coming together. And as you can see here with this detail within this street section, I absolutely adore this. I think this is beautiful. Feels like a real life street. So, but I'm pretty much going to leave the stream there, guys, because I do have to pop down the shop to get some bits. So thank you again. And like I said, if you want to financially support the channel, you're more than welcome. The most cost-effective way for you guys to help me would be PayPal, but that's only if you really want to, because 100% of your money comes to me. Every other platform, so the merchandise, the Patreon, the membership with YouTube, you get about 75% of what you give me. That's what I get. So if you give me a £10, I get £7.50. They take so much off you for nothing, absolutely nothing. But like I say, guys, if you want to help the channel more than anything, just please do hit that like. That's more important than anything, really, because the like brings more viewers, brings more subscribers, grows the channel, ultimately potentially will bring more of an income in to be able to pay for the setup for you, to be able to give you this in the way it is. Phantom Stranger, where you been all evening? Miss you, buddy. Cheers, Heather. And like I said, guys, smash that string of life. Okay, show them some support. I've been to Florida many a times, done loads of vlogs, loads of POVs. You don't have to watch theme park worldwide. There are lots of other people out there. But no, guys, go and give them a like, give them a sub, show your love, share the love, should I say? Not show the love, share the love. But no, thank you, guys. It is really appreciated, and I do hope you're enjoying how this part's come together. That building looks pretty cool, actually, from here. There's a train going behind it. I'm happy with that. There's always stuff to be added, you know. And don't get me wrong, by the time we're done with this park, it's going to be insane. And here it comes now. There she blows. How many coasters you got going around at the same time is awesome. But no, guys, thank you again. Smash that like if you haven't already. That's the only thing I really ever ask. And like I said, if you want to help financially, anything at the minute would be appreciated, purely because of the situation I'm in. I don't have a car. I live 7 miles away from work. That may not seem that far, but when you got to walk, it's quite far. So yeah, I'm off tomorrow. Hopefully be live streaming again. I might do a race in the morning, so onesie, you might get to see me go around whatever track it is this week, because the new season has started. But I'm thinking of doing a different camera position instead of just the steering wheel, actually looking down on me, so you can see me struggling, sweating and everything. Lol. But there's a great view there with that coaster going through. But guys, I know I keep saying it, thank you. Thank you for being there. It's appreciated. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, sleep, wherever you are in the world, guys. You know what I mean. Happy coastering all, guys. Thanks again. Oh, 2 seconds, Phantom. Never bloody remember. Two cents, guys. On. Phantom, only if you can, mate. Only if you can. Alright. There you go, fella. Thank you in advance if you do, mate. The Discord link is in my description to the channel, guys. Alright. You're too kind if you do, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you. Guys, like I said, have a lovely morning, evening, afternoon, sleep, wherever you are in the world. It's genuinely appreciated. Your time, your likes, everything. Every little bit of support helps. And more than anything, thank you for being there. And I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Me being all opinionated as always. But no, guys, you can see I'm smiling now, which is great. As the reason why I'm back on camera. So I will catch up with you all very, very soon. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, guys, catch you all soon. See you later. Bye-bye.